I did everything by the textbook. I planned my lessons, basket feeding, isolated practice, and even lesson progressions. But when my players played matches, they crumbled. That's when I realised that traditional tennis coaching and coaching like the textbook just didn't work. I'd coach thousands of lessons, thousands of hours on court, trying to train the perfect forehand. I would copy the textbook, I would copy the biomechanics, I would feed the perfect ball thousands of times to my players. But my players just weren't adapting. When the pressure was on, when they were playing points, they just crumbled and fell apart. My players couldn't problem solve, they couldn't even make simple decisions on the court. I was coaching the way I was taught, but it just wasn't working. And maybe you feel like that sometimes too. You care about your players, right? You plan every session, you carry out your continuous professional development, but the results aren't coming, and you just have to wonder why. Is it me? Is it how I coach? That's exactly why I started my tennis coaching. I even produce a weekly newsletter that I send out twice a week on a Monday and Friday to tennis coaches around the world, sharing my research, my knowledge, and my experience in trying to change how I coach. Over the past 6 years, I've found a new way to coach that has completely revolutionized how I approach tennis coaching. You can get a copy of the newsletter by clicking the link in the description below. Recently, I've been working with an under-9 player. Now, previous to me, he was coached in a very traditional way, pretty much the way I used to coach before I found ecological dynamics. But since working with me, we have completely changed how his lessons are structured. No longer does he have explicit learning, basket drilling, demonstrations, or a very correct way to play. We explore the game of tennis through constraints. We explore tennis through an ecological dynamics approach. His transformation has been quite remarkable. Not only can he serve really efficiently and effectively without any explicit instructions, but he is now also getting lots of success on the match court as well. We have completely changed how his lessons are structured. When developing his serve, we have just focused on intention. Can he jam or stretch his opponent? And we've put him in multiple different ways in which he can explore this solution. I've started to design practices in which he can find serving solutions in a more contextual way. That's why I've set up my tennis coaching. This is not a drill system. It's a coaching mindset, a coaching that's built around context. Look, I'm not here to bash textbook coaching, traditional coaches, or even basket drilling. It got us this far, but tennis does not follow a script, and neither should our lessons. If you're still relying on coaching methods that you were using 10 years ago, you need to ask yourself a very simple question. Is it the most efficient and effective way to coach? You don't need the stress and the anxiety trying to find different methods. That's what this channel is for. If you'd like to see how I coach a serve via play, check out the video on the screen now.